Yes! What a failure. I showed the ending before it even started. So yeah, that was the trailer for Hero, the new open movie coming, made entirely in Blender 2.8, Grease Pencil, by our friends at the School Land in Barcelona. So now let's go with the regular start. It's like I put this and then we go with the Zelda startup. And then we go like, hey again, hey everybody. And now I jump into everybody. Hi, this is Pablo. This is Blender Today live once again. We're together like every week. We're chatting about Blender stuff, about Blender related like projects like this one. Tonight we also have blend files to talk about because this open movie was the trailer was just released now, like this afternoon. There is files attached to it that I got last minute from the guys from the team, from Antonio Vasquez, one of the developers, Matias Mendiola, one of the artists involved in Grease Pencil, developing the Grease Pencil tools, and Daniel Martinez Lara too. He also shared me what there. I should show the chat window. It's like the file was sent like 1 minute before starting this, like literally 1 minute. So it will be a bit of a challenge to see it, to go through it and discover it. So is everything all right? I didn't mess anything up. Besides showing the ending of the teaser trailer before, and then just basically spoiling it, but you should have seen it by now. It's in the Blender Cloud YouTube channel, so it's pretty amazing. I have one of the shots, two shots actually. One is a compositing file and one is a regular Grease Pencil file that I'm gonna show you right now. So it premieres next month in April, so less than a month, and it's gonna be finished. You can find it on Blender Cloud, but let's go through it first. How many views? 1,000 views already. Nice. Share it. So how are people doing? How is everybody here? I haven't even put some music. That's why it feels so empty here. Ah, there you go. Some nice music. Cheers. And now let's do it. Why do they call it Grease Pencil? Well, because it's a pencil for grease, you know, like when you're throwing like the classical way of drawing with actually grease pencil for annotations and stuff. Well, that's how it started. So I like last week, I would like to have a little bit of our organization here in these live streams. I'm gonna start by just showing some of the news of this week. Then we're going to move into the actual topic of the week, which is Grease Pencil and trying the new files. And the end, we're going to answer some questions. So towards the end, you can ask me questions. You can add Blender Today, so it will show in orange in the chat window, and I can answer them. I mean, I am having a look right now. Yes, a new brewed Pablo IPA. Yeah, exactly. This is. Oh, and does anybody of you brew beers? That would be interesting, a Blender beer. Alright, so news. Blender 279B. Yes, should be done this week, they say. The developers say today is Monday, so today the developer meetings happen like every week. And it should be, 279B should be out, but only with a few fixes. I don't know, is that a good idea? Maybe you should wait a bit more, but they are big bugs though, so shall we release 279B and then at some point 279C? You can help 279C to not happen, 279C to not happen by testing the latest Blender, testing your files, and then make sure that you report any bug that you find. But yes, 279B is gonna happen. There is, there's no way out, there's no escape. So what else? The multi-object that we checked last week is already much more advanced than it used to be. Last week if you haven't seen it before, you should go check it out. Last week I was testing the Sculpt tools with multi objects, and it looked weird. It was like a square, but actually Brecht already fixed that. So there is already fixes on that in the branch. I didn't compile it today because I want to focus on the grease pencil tools, so I'm not gonna go through it right now. But it's pretty exciting times. Then there is just a small parentheses about the code quest. There is a nice article. We still haven't done any PR about it, like we haven't tweeted or shared it on Facebook or anything, but there is a nice article about the success of the code quest story. So it's mainly for like press. It's not like for if you want to know about what happens and about the success and the celebration of what the 2.8 code quest campaign was. 4 days we reached a target. In less than 3 weeks we reached the stretch goal. So it was yes, it was actually pretty intense. So there is a nice graphs, and you can see how in the first week it went really fast, like linear, basically like launch linear until the end. And then once we reached the target, it went a bit slower, but then towards the end it was like, okay, we need to make it. And then it seems like at the end nobody wanted to be the 2000, or everybody maybe wants to be the last one, so it like went on a steep line, and then it went up again. Actually, it right now is like 2,700 rockets. We have to stop this right now. I actually made I didn't bring it, but I made a little 3D print as a proof of concept of the rocket USB. I made a few changes. It's not exactly like this. It's a bit more fat. It's a bit bigger, but it's just to fit the memory inside. Like it's as small as possible so it can fit the memory and doesn't mess up. It doesn't take too much space when you plug it in next to other USB devices. So yes, this is pretty nice, and I think that's all I wanted to show. Actually, the hero degree, yes, that's all I wanted to show for now. There is a few more updates regarding Blender 2.8. How can you know about updates of Blender 2.8? Well, there's a dedicated Blender 2.8 page in blender.org where you can find it. You can read more about the project, you can get files, you can see videos, but also you can click on stay up to date, and it will take you to all the links where you can stay up to date, like the YouTube channel for developers, Blender development, developers vlog, and all the meeting notes up to date as much as possible. All right, let's get to it. I haven't compiled Grease Pencil branch in vain. Let's see. So I have a few files that I will try and bring here. I'm gonna bring this here. So, no, this is Dilo. No, this is Blender, exactly. So I'll do some magic here. I prepared this afternoon. In preparing it, I have to thank everybody in the Grease Pencil team for making this possible. They even until now they were working on making these files available. So I'm just the face here. Actually, when I'm opening the files is all work that the guys have done in the Grease Pencil team that you can find at the end of the credits. You can see software and tools: Antonio Vázquez, Joshua Long, Matías Mendiola, Daniel Martinez Lara, and Sibren Stubel. And yes, let's go. Grease Pencil. There are two files. One of them it's a well, actually there is 3 files. One of them is completely on compositing. The second one is like a very more complex production file, and the first one that I wanted to show is something more simple but shows the render layers in Grease Pencil. So this animation is by Matías Mendiola. This file. Matías Mendiola is the storyboard artist for Cosmos Laundromat, Caminandes, and what else shows up in the future? Let's see. When you render this, you can see that actually the compositing for Grease Pencil in action. You render in like you would. This case, this is Eevee. So I'm running Eevee. I press F12, I render, and in the compositor I can access, for example, the lines, render layers, just like you would with with the regular rendering stuff, then you can render, for example, the only fill, the fill colors. Then you can do basically whatever. You can do blurring, you can mix, you can do anything that you would do with regular compositing. You can do it with Grease Pencil too. And this also not only works for Eevee, but also works for cycles. So, well, actually any render engine, because it works together. It's a compositor, so you can mix anything basically. But yeah, it's a very nice and simple file to test this. Now let's get dirty. Let's open a production file from Hero. This is not final quality. Oh, by the way, what you just saw is Eevee compiling all the shaders like simultaneously. So awesome. This is not final production quality, but it's from the teaser trailer that was shown just now. I asked Daniel if he could help with some of this, and he was working until now. So thank you, Daniel. It's not Daniel, it's Daniel. So let's see. I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna make the interface a bit bigger for my fellow. Yeah, I always usually need a bigger interface. And so let's see, what do we have here? What do I do when I open one of these files? This was sent to me like a bit ago, like a few minutes ago, so I didn't have a lot of time to open and see it, but let's see how easy it is. This is how the files, some of the files are going to look, because Hero Open Movie is it's an open movie, so all the files are going to be available. So the first thing that I do usually is like move around. Well, actually, the very first thing that I do is to disable, because I know this is coming from animators, and animators like to have auto key on. Yes, of course, they like to have auto key on. Disable it, otherwise you're gonna make a mess. You're gonna save, if you move something, you're gonna save the position and then you mess the animation. So I disable that. Let's see what it plays. Nice, it's a part of the short film. It has some blur in the background. We can see it has some clouds that are slightly moving. Those clouds look very familiar, by the way, and the sky as well. If we select the object, you can see cloud large pink stylized, and then yes, Easter egg already that early in the first file. Okay, it's these clouds are from, if I'm not wrong, sorry if I'm wrong, but they look like the ones from Big Bang Bunny, because I used them for Sintel, I think, and I've used them. Yeah, and the background says background Sintel ending color. Oh my god. Huh, nice. Anyway, the file itself is fairly simple actually. It's a camera. So here in the bottom it seems that Daniel likes to have the outliner. That's interesting. I like to have it on top. But in the outliner with the new collections in Blender 2.8, it makes it easy to go around and like make this file, like browse this file easily. So you have Atlants. You can disable it. Let's see, sky. Background, okay, background objects, background lines. So these are the lines of the object. And then Bane, which is the dude, this guy. And then the sky. Awesome. So let's see. Okay, let's enable the Atlants. The Atlants, although this, let's go from the front till the end. So in front of everything we have Bane, the main character. The main character is made of, let's see, it has grease pencil layers, which is the color, the shadow, which maybe we don't get to see here. Yeah, barely see anything, but the line. So you have the line and the color. So you see, it's like the layers is basically like if it was Photoshop or similar. So you can move the layers up and down, You can mix it, yes, and you can have transparency, of course. So it's similar to how it would work in a painting software. So we have the dude, but actually what makes it special is the tint. What makes it look more like it's in this warm environment is a modifier called tint that is changing the color, and then it has a modifier for thickness, for line thickness. So that way you can change the thickness regardless of what it looks like. Oh wow, you can use negative numbers. Are you supposed to? I'm gonna break it. Probably yes. So one thickness. So that way you can make it more thick without actually having to go and repaint everything. That's pretty nice. It's a modifier, so you can enable it and disable it. And if you wanted to add some noise, like it was actually hand drawn, you can add noise. There is an add modifier, deform noise, and there you can add noise. So you can see how it was like. Let's see, move extremes, position, thickness. So it changes the thickness, the position, the color, strength. Oh, eek. Now let's see the position with a slightly less intense. So it still looks like it's hand drawn. Nice. I'm already messing with your file, Daniel, sorry. All right, let's go behind. Behind there is the other character, Atlants. Let's see, GP. It's here in the outliner. You can already see which are the grease pencil objects. The one with the little pencil icon. So they have, yes, they have a Gaussian blur because they have tint first. So they're more like in the environment. If you wanted to make it more gloomy, more foggy, then you can increase this and make them look like there's a lot of dust, for example. I wonder, yeah, you can, of course, you can animate this. You can insert a keyframe and you can animate it. And once you have that, you can apply Gaussian blur. This is one of the modifiers, the VFX modifiers of the new grease pencil. Then you can set it a bit more, very blurry. No, a lot of blur doesn't look very good. Then you can apply noise, of course, just so they will look like hand drawn. And then thickness, which it seems to be disabled here. Oh yeah, it's a negative. Oh, that's why you want a negative, of course. That's awesome. Imagine. Then you have a few objects in the background, and these objects, they're actually lit, as in they have light. Let me set here. This is my window, my render window. This in the back is using actual lighting here. You can see I'm moving the pinkness around. This is actually Eevee. Eevee being awesome. As always. Light 0.003 affect Bane. Let's add some lighting to Bane, just to mess and break. I tweeted that I wanted to break and crash the grease pencil branch today, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try my hardest. Okay, let's add a modifier, VFX light, and let's select the object. Press E, select it, and now it's dark. Let's take the lamp. That's awesome. Who would have thought we can do this nowadays with grease pencil? There is, I heard, there is something that actually I'm gonna show it on a video first, so because it's more clear. This video was made by Antonio Vasquez, and it shows what I'm gonna show now. It shows how you can link, yes, how you can link brushes, because the brush system in grease pencil now it uses the internal brush system from Blender, so it's not something specific for grease pencil anymore. It's now using the built-in system for brushes in Blender, so that means you can do anything with them. You can save them, you can link them, you can append them. So in this case, for example, in this demo, if it plays, let's see if I can open it again. Here. So it's basically adding a new object, blank object. It's going to draw mode, and then it's selecting, instead of selecting one of the brushes, it's actually file append, and then it's going to select a file that already has brushes saved, grease pencil brushes saved. So it's going to select one, mi brocha, that's Spanish for my brush, and then it shows up there. So you can append and link brushes. So that way you can have, for example, one file that has a bunch of brushes, so like someone can take care of making all these nice brushes, and then you can just link them, so you don't have to remake all the time your brushes in new blend files. That is so cool, because then you can have your little library, your asset library of brushes. Isn't that awesome? Let's see some compositing now. Let's see if there is any questions that is urgent that I can answer. I don't see many with the let's put something here in the background. Bam. With the Blender today. If you could, then it would be better, so I can just go through them. Has bugs? 279A has bugs? Then why you said rock stable? Because rocks are also unstable. You shouldn't step on rocks like they are rock stable, right? If you're on a cliff, so Blender is so edgy that it's always on a cliff, you can imagine. So it is rock stable, but sometimes you can slip and you're not gonna fall. Blender has you. It's holding you tight, but sometimes a few rocks fall, and then you need new rocks, right? You need a new ground. So that's why with a new release we're breaking new grounds, and then you can continue your path with Blender. That sounds very poetic what I said. I don't know how I came up with this. It's the beer talking, sorry. Hi Pablo, greetings from New York. I was listening to a podcast interview of you with Blender Guru. Wow, that was a long time ago, right? With Andrew Price, yes, like at least 3-4 years ago. Let's see, how does the Eevee handles motion blur? Well, it only handles object motion blur at the moment, camera motion blur. So whatever is in the camera moves or the object move. I'm retopologing Susan to go to Maya. I'm allowed to be here anymore. You are cool. We are inclusive. You can hang out with us. When will grease pencil be in the 2.8 daily builds? As soon as possible. Basically, right now the focus is on trying to get this hero out as soon as possible. So the date for grease pencil to be out for grease, I'm already giving dates. I don't even have a the April 16 date is for the movie, for Hero to be finished, to be released to the public. So I would expect that first all the work, once the grease pencil branch is merged with Blender 2.8, there will be a lot of bugs and stuff and just so much to go on that I think the best or the smartest thing would be to just finish Hero right now, wait this last month, like put all the energy in finishing and wrapping up everything in Hero. And then big part of Hero is training, right? Is making it's like any other open movie. The movie is one side, but actually a big chunk of it is here. The big chunk of it is education, right? No matter if you have the best tool in the world, if you don't know how to use it, or your people or your user base doesn't know how to use it, then it's not useful, right? So a big pillar of the open movies is education, is to explain all these new awesome tools. And in the case of Hero, it's huge because it's just a whole new world inside of Blender that needs training. So there will be training, and it will be made also available for everyone, but maybe also with some files on the Blender Cloud, so that way you can have both the practical side and the regular side. But to answer the question, I not a developer, but I think it would be better if Hero gets finished first, put all the energy in getting the movie done, getting all the tools that are needed for now, and then move into putting it in Blender itself. And the date where here, 16th of April, the date for, I'm showing the ending here, the date 16th of April is exactly 1 week after the code quest starts. So what a better moment, right? Like right after this, the code quest is starting, the plans are getting ready, how to proceed with Blender 2.8, how to what to tackle first. So merging the branch around that time, I think it's the best, would be the best way to go. Questions? Can we use bones with grease pencil? Not yet, not that I know, but what if I am lying? Let's add a monkey. Let's probably not. I bet not. I think it's planned, but I mean, developers are so fast that I'm adding a bone, so I can each render layer is rendered as an image sequence, and then it's composite with the color balance and everything, blurred in this case, and then composite over. So you don't have to do everything in the viewport, but you can also just build it as you go. So in this case, let's see, for example, why is my node wrangler? My node wrangler is not working for some reason. It's a compositor, it should work, right? Maybe it doesn't know. But Blender should have a built-in way to preview a node, right? Let's see. Add output. Viewer. So let's get this guy here. Let's see. Control, there you go. Con control I can do it fast. I need a shortcut always. So this is the layer of the colors, but I can also see the layer of the lines in this case. Yes. Then they're mixed. They're mixed with an alpha over, separate. So they're changing the alpha. Interesting. So they have the alpha over. They separate the passes. I get they take the alpha, yes. And then they transform it, subtract it with the same alpha. Subtract with a mask. And then they composite it over. Oh yeah, for the lighting on the top, right? Let's see. So transform. Yes, because it's a y minus 21. If I do y minus 40, yeah, that's how they do lighting. That's of course. Nice. Very smart. Not saying they're not smart, it's just it's a nice. I wouldn't have thought of it. I would have done it with like drawing or something, but actually compositing for this is great. You just okay, it's a bit too much, but for like a rim light, it's awesome. You should subtract from the alpha, and then you mix it with this color. So that way, if you want to change the lighting, because it's there, you go. Awesome. First time I'm using this file, guys. Please bear with me. I was sent this file like a minute ago, so it's actually a good way to discover it together. So what is it? There is an alpha over, and then there is a blur, basically. And the blur is just for, yeah, it's a nicer depth of field basically than the one that is given by Grease Pencil itself. Nice. 0.5. Public announcement: use relative, guys. Do not use the non-relative. I don't know why this button is even here. It should always be there because when it's not on, then it brings trouble. Let's see, what is the second layer? Let's well, the second layer is the main character. It has the character itself, it has the lines, the fill, and then probably has some lighting trick again. Let's see. Yes, same trick for the rim light. So basically the same. It's taking the guy, splitting the alpha, and then mixing it with mixing the result of that mask with the color. Awesome. And then this is the background, I guess. Yes, this is the background. Looks so nice, so soft. So the background is here is a sky with some objects here on front, and then there is some lines. I guess also here the trick of the lighting is used. No, it's just some regular color balance. Wow, yeah, the background is completely different. It's a different color, but yeah, with color grading. And then there is a group called Find Edge. that is not used, and this group is, oh yeah, it's just a regular finding the edge. Awesome. What else? Masks, vignette, I guess. Let's see. If I mute this, yeah, there is an ad, and then yeah, some sort of vignettes. Awesome. Can we change the lighting of this shot? Let's make it like, sorry that I get to play with this and you don't yet. You will when the files are available in Blender Cloud. And let's see, and let's change, let's disable the color grading so it's dark. Nice. And then the lighting, well, the lighting of the rocks is actually done there. Awesome. Well, enough playing. Questions? Blender 2.8 uses Modeler OpenGL API 3.3 with modeling functions and others, or Eevee uses Modeler OpenGL 3.3 and all modeling and drawing using all OpenGL 2.1. Well, that is for my fellow developers to answer. Is there anybody that can save me there? Dalai, Sergey, Clement, Bastian, anyone? Well, Blender also is OpenGL 3.3, like the minimum right now. So I would assume it's always 3.3. Parent to empty is part of extra objects add-on. Parent do null is an add-on for Blender native. It's not working anymore. I don't know it. No, not familiar with it. Are you going to talk about BGE at all or anytime soon? No. I should try and get some of the branches, but since it's also experimental because it's different, it's not from the main branch and it's not like a part of the main development, so it's tricky. And also the code quest is coming, so there's only a handful of episodes left that are not completely related to the code quest. Let's see, I found it, they really fixed it into 79B. Oh wow, they fixed the problem with the particle stuff. So it was missing in 279A and it will be back in 279B. The particles setting the random size. Wow, that's a great find that you found. Otherwise we will be releasing 279C again in 2 weeks. Awesome. Well, I think that's it for now. I've shown most of the files that I wanted to show. It's very nice animation by Matias Mendiola. Then the production file, the actual production file with Eevee rendering and everything and animation and all the bells and whistles. So I think we're good. If there's not any more questions, I'm gonna wrap it up and call it an early night. I would like to thank especially the Hero crew for making this. It's awesome. Antonio Vasquez, developer, for helping me out today. He was making changes in Blender until the last minute, so I can use it now in this live stream. I've especially Daniel Martinez Lara for providing the blend files and tweaking, and I bet like in the other file you don't see this cloud, so maybe they made it only for this live stream, which makes us feel special, right? Matias Mendiola for the other file, and Joshua Long also for development on Grease Pencil, which is coming, by the way. Joshua is coming, Campbell is already here. The developers are coming within what, 10 days. So there's also some exciting news happening regarding the code quest and yes, Blender Institute, Blender Animation Studio, and everything. It's actually pretty exciting what's going on. Stay tuned for more news. Actually, if you would like to leave a comment or a question regarding the hero, you can always do it. It's in the hero, the blog here in the Blender Cloud. And since I'm here, why not just showing some of the stuff? Actually, I'm gonna show this in the live stream we're gonna do on Wednesday regarding the cloud. But there is some pretty neat artwork that I'm gonna just leave a teaser trailer about. It's one of the characters of spring. This is one of a test. Actually, it's not gonna look like this in the end, but it's just it's a teaser trailer. You can join us live on Wednesdays in the afternoon for European Central European time. It will be around 5:30. Check out the Blender Cloud YouTube channel for more, or follow any of us on social media. So will the Blender game engine be part of the code quest? And when do we get Bake Metalness? I'm not sure. Bake Metalness. No. And if Blender game engine part of the code quest? Well, in a way. Hopefully, yes. In a way, because the code quest is about pushing Blender ahead. It's not like one. It's everything, right? It's the dependency graph, Eevee, the animation system, the asset manager, yeah, it's all over the place. So I think the Blender game engine will completely benefit from it. Definitely, no doubts about it. Any plans for video like studio tour before after the new team? That would be interesting. And I'm giving away too much. Is there a new podcast episode coming soon? Yes. The podcast, we failed last week. We had so much going on that we just failed. So I will well, we will announce it tomorrow. Actually, we want to record it tomorrow and release it same day as soon as possible, and next week do another one, because we said every 2 weeks we would do it. We failed last week, so we will do it again next week. It's only fair, but it will be tricky to continue doing. And now I'm also giving away. I should shut up. I'm giving spoilers, but it will be a bit more difficult to do the podcast, because the team will be working on some stuff and the other team will be working on other stuff. So that will be interesting. Exactly. Any plans for video like studio tour? Yes, that's. I think I want to make a studio tour of Blender Institute Animation Studio right now, as we are right now, before more people come in. I think that's a very nice idea. So thank you, Sinotaurus. Yes. We don't need 279C. Try to fix that bug of random hair before release 279B. But that's fixed, right? The random hair. They just said that it was in 279B. Like, it is already fixed and it will be in 279B. So yes, nothing to fix. Anyway, I will be wrapping this up. It's been a pleasure. I hope you like this. Thanks, Grease Pencil guys, again. I'm doing a live stream in Spanish now within 1 hour over my channel. It's right here. I don't know if you get to see it. Pointing to things in the screen is the worst. Anyway, it's been awesome. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again next week, same time, same place, as always. And let's. I don't have enough new music with it. I will. I think I'm gonna keep using the Gile one. With the code quest, are you going to make improvements to the Sculpt mode? Again, same answer. The code quest is gonna benefit every area in Blender because it involves everything: asset management, better, like you can have more polygons because OpenGL is gonna be better, faster. Yes, there is no specific thing that is gonna be done for the Sculpt per se, but there is also branches going on. Oh, and last but not least, the Google Summit of Code yes, if you're a student and a developer, or one developer wanna be and want to contribute to Blender, be part of something as awesome as this project is, make sure you join the Google Summit of Code. You can Google it. It's in blender.org. It's in the places we always share stuff. It's on here in the front page of blender.org. You go to blender.org, scroll down, Google Summit of Code. There you can see. Hurry up, because the applications already started last week, so this is the second week already. There is a page with ideas where you can read about the possible ideas for contributing code, so you can pick one and then make sure you apply for it. All the information is here on the wiki. It will be awesome, because many things from Blender itself appeared thanks to the Google Summit of Code, like, I don't know, the motion tracker, for example. Well, that was also because of Mango Open Movie Project, but via the Google Summit of Code is how we met Sergey, one of the developers. So one of the core developers right now, one of the pillars of Blender. So it's pretty, yes, Google Summit of Code, I have faith. Some projects sometimes die, but we should just keep going. That's it. That's enough. Any last questions? No, thank you. I would like to see more of the inside of Blender Studio and the minds behind it. All right, that's a good idea. We're gonna do a walkthrough of the Blender Studio before the Code Quest, or during the Code Quest, before the Code Quest. That's it. I will let you guys go. Thank you, and I will see you again next week. Same time, same channel. Same Guile, same Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Power. I don't know why they pick those names. They're like Turbo, Extra, Advanced, Amazing,